Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns for the battle to end all battles. Wait, this is Star Wars nerds versus Star Trek nerds, right? That's what we're doing today?
Yep.
May 4th?
Good call.
I'm on board.
Okay, everyone pick a team now.
We have to pick? Wait. nobody said that.
I'm Team Grogu.
Is that from Star Wars or Star Trek? I feel like I shouldn't be part of this.
I am Team Baby Yoda.
Oh, okay. I think I know where that one's from. Okay, so I guess I should be on the other side.
It's up to you. I mean, you can be on the losing side.
Oh, wait. I thought we were all winners.
I will hand this over to the two of you. We'll get this race started very quickly.
Thanks, Cubs. Hey, Ak, how's it going?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm doing
someone
well.
said Mouse Comms. What year is it?
That's actually a great question. I'm not very good with numbers, so I'm gonna have to defer to either you or chat to help us out. Sammy, our tracker for today, she's really good with numbers and clicking buttons and keeping track of everything. I just ask her to do everything for us.
Nice. Okay. Very, very tiny request. Hello, please do everything.
See? Yeah. Well, see, look at that. Sammy's already helping us out. I trust that is the year 10,000 BC. Because she says it's correct.
Okay. Well, it is the year 10,000 BC, and we are playing A Link to the Past Randomizer.
We are. And can you... Okay, so we have Magnit, Handz, we have Eriror, two very well-known names, obviously, for... It's actually, I think, this very novel tournament. Survivors of Hyrule. These guys have probably been through the ringer for any which way, whatever set of weapons, whatever set of modes, you know, any type of mystery, pog, crazy, whatever championship settings. And do you know what we're playing today?
Nope.
We are playing open mode.
Okay.
Of all modes, you know, to really kind of stretch out and, you know, merely make Magnit and Eriror kind of force them, you know, to kind of go within their limits or over their limits, right? We have regular open mode, but you know what Magnit looks like already. We've got a glove here in Link's house. Erir's gonna get that eventually, but at least for the time being. With those bombs in Sanctuary, Magnit's gonna be able to do a really fast, quick check back of escape here.
Yeah, and like 3 bombs is like maybe the best thing you in open mode in Sanctuary. And I think open mode's a weird name for it. It should be the should I skip escape mode. I think that's the more accurate name for open mode.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think you're right because, you know, I was actually going to say, you know, is this going to be a mode where we have to go find the boots? But I think that's like almost every mode. You gotta really have to make a distinction for that specific mode, sadly. Oh my gosh, dude. Speaking of, we got a sword and we have a small key. These are Magnit's really looking to do some pretty good things here.
Immediately going after this chest too, and
yeah, he you know, he used to, you know, we don't have a lamp, but we have high definition now, like, so we can, you know, we don't even have to squint anymore in order to be able to see and make our way to the key rat.
I don't know, the key rat seems to have been eluding us, so maybe that real lamp actually would be a little bit better.
He's trying.
Yeah, it's actually a little aggressive, I think, to do sewer chest here. I mean, you could get something like amazing from it, but like if you did the front too, you could potentially like find a map. You know that a map's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, in Dark Cross, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I guess that's kind of one of the hope, I guess, of open mode is you either have a small key and a map that you don't really want to see, but if we were to hit a small key, and so there's no reason to go waste time. Looks like, yeah, as you kind of mentioned, you know, that key rat is actually pretty. It feels very comfortable in its native home of the no lamp zone, so yeah. Magnus is gonna, I guess, just gonna, you know, be a upstanding citizen and just kind of leave it alone.
Yeah, your cousin was a little wily there. He could not find him at all.
Well, maybe Magnit next time should bring an apple, you know, to the sewers. I heard rats really like apples, and they just grow on trees here in Hyrule, you know.
Yeah, apples would work. Also, bombos would have been probably my first choice.
We don't need bombos. We don't have any magic, so you know, I feel like apples really is just the better way to go. I'm just saying.
We have magic, not enough quite yet, but.
But yeah, so Magnit is also just one step away apparently from Dark World access.
We found a bow and a fire rod. up in the village too.
I
And then,
only see
Hammer
a
and
bow,
Uncle.
by the way. I don't care for any fire rods. I feel like that is not a powerful enough tool to use in Ares' arsenal.
So you like your rodents rare, is what you're saying?
Or singed, it's never really great to have like a cold, to have rodents cold,
Tartar.
right? Oh, there's another sword in the chicken hut as well. All right, well, so we're
There's
gonna be
a
on
lot of good
Master
stuff
Sword
early,
pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah, so Magnit Handz, answering the question, in open mode, will you do escape? And the answer is first thing in the morning. We're there.
It's kind of like a morning routine, right? Or whenever you decide to get up, it's one of those things where unfortunately we don't have any boots, but we do have a hammer and we have a sword, so at least we can get something. And honestly, though, like if even though Magnit did try to get to Dark Cross, if we end up not seeing a map here, then at least he knows he doesn't have to go back to Dark Cross.
Yes. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for that to maybe stave off some mental damage of not being able to find cousin Clearmouse. What's your cousin's name, anyways?
That is unimportant. I feel, although maybe we should actually name them, because I think if you tend to name something, you tend to get more attached to it. So then you don't actually want to cause any harm.
I heard they just makes them taste more delicious.
What? No, they're not fritters, okay?
All right. Well, Eri, he's got a bow, he's got a fire rod. Eastern's a crystal. What the heck, man? Let's just go ahead and take this right over. Basically, right in his wheelhouse. Ooh, it was a map there, so there will be one item in Dark Cross.
Yeah. But I mean, at least so far, so we don't have actually, never mind. We have a fire rod, so actually, this actually does put Dark Cross in logic. Certainly can be very possible to get a Moon Pearl there, but looks like at least with a lot of other options that Magnit does have, looks like he's gonna actually head off to South Shore since he has not been to Kakariko yet. We actually just found our silvers here, so forget the bow that the other bow we have. We are very health conscious, okay, Ak? We don't need to put any junk food into our system. Apples are really great and healthy for you. Any type of, I would say like salt and vinegar-esque, related items, we really don't need in our lives.
Oh, well, too bad, because we have them, and we have exactly what we need to kill Lanmo, so...
Doesn't mean we have to use it, It's kind of like one of those, like if you're trying to, be more health conscious, just throw away all of the stuff you have in your cupboards, right? That's just junk food. Because if you don't have it around you, you're not tempted to use it,
Well, unfortunately, this is not a diet. This is a speed run, so they will probably be more entertained and going fast. By the way, nice Moon Pearl there from Magnit.
We already have Dark World access. We have, I guess there somehow.
Right to Hype Cave. He's not even checking Mini Moldorm. Oh my lord! All right, that's around.
So I don't know. It's okay. So a couple things, right? So certainly Magnit, facing up, against a runner such as Eri, or of his caliber, probably maybe wants to feel like he needs to make like a move or two. Finding Dark World access actually relatively quickly can certainly give him a lot more options. Being in the Dark World. I don't think Magnit even did a Light World map check, did he? Maybe he did.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he has all the information.
Green Pendant over at Swamp, then we had Ice and Pod, and then 5-6 was Thieves and Turtle Rock. So he'll know that it's just 3 regular crystals in the Light World. But I think he did do a map check.
Oh my, and this is basically just like inverted. At this point, right? We've got 3 hearts, basically. We've got like something coming out. Yeah.
He's fine.
4 hearts. Oh, you're right. Yeah, unfortunately, he hasn't been over to Kakariko yet. We're just gonna skip over the second shot.
Just turn.
Well, he could have skipped to save himself 3 seconds, That
was also a big red 20 he got there, because he does need $80 to do Dig Game. Assuming that's where he wants to take this red, he could also take this Pyramid Catfish. It's up to him. True. Yeah, that's true.
We are gonna go right. Yeah, so we don't actually have enough money for Pod. We do need 20-ish more rupees. That would.
We never need money for Pod because it's a red pendant. So.
You think that's a discount? If it's a pendant,
it should be. Now, arguably enough, I think with what Magnit Handz' situation is, I probably would have been more inclined to go to Dig Game. Not because I don't think these 2 checks are bad, but just because of these 2 checks being scary. The fact that if anything hits you along the way, you die.
Yeah, that's very true. We saw that he
more
almost did
dangerous
die
this way,
in
yeah.
High Cave.
Also, honk if you like rando.
It's a great thing. Ooh, we got some buff. I actually thought that. Yeah, I was actually gonna pick these up. Yeah, kind of like the other unfortunate part is that, well, I mean, he'll eventually make his way over to Eastern Palace, but even if he did want to go to Pod, he doesn't really have a bow. He has not been to Kakariko. He has not been to Saha. We have no mirror. But it looks like actually, Magnit, following the Pyramid Catfish route, again, if something is here, right, could actually be a pretty good payoff for Magnit.
No, it could be like
die.
It could be huge, and I think that's maybe what his game plan is here. I don't want to read too much into his actions, but that does, like, skipping Mini Moldorm to run over to Catfish. That kind of does seem like I am looking for maybe a little bit of a early value.
Yeah, that's actually really, really good.
Like what you said, he does know who he's going up against. It is hard to play a very traditional route and just go screen for Eri. He is one of the best at screen for screens, so that's not a dogfight you want to put yourself in.
Oh yeah. And despite the fact that right now Eri does not have boots, Eri is still very, very adept. I mean, he has at least 11 minutes every single time when he runs NMG for bootsless practice. So, you really can't count Eri out for any of these things.
Yeah, I mean, look, he saved like 2 minutes off of his PB just in
I know,
Eastern
exactly.
alone.
Well, that's pretty much what he did. Oh no, you know what? He did the escape skip, right? So you really got to factor in like 6 minutes, basically.
He went to Kakariko and opened like 30 chests, though.
True. Okay, we can give him a couple minutes of time back.
Looks like we are going to Mini Moldorm here. Okay, this might be interesting. I wonder if Magnit Handz will do like Mini Moldorm Ice Rod Cave and then like doesn't have money for Zora, but he might like use the portal to go back to Kakariko, and like his route can work out really well too.
Yeah,
because he can just take the Dark World stuff up there.
Yeah. We definitely saw some of that. So like the whirlpool travel, very common in MG, also very common in inverted. Not that we're playing any of these things right now, but certainly, again, as part of their wheelhouse repertoire for all of them they know and they're capable of. All right, this is gonna be Eri's master. So Eri looks like he's actually gonna go back into Dark Cross, and we know from Magnit Handz side that is gonna be an item, and hopefully Eri's gonna have a little bit of time, better time. Also because he has the fire rod out. So,
any last words for your cousin?
I'm hoping that we're just not gonna have to be a witness.
Goodbye,
to this.
Frederick.
Oh no. Frederick was he just wanted to try to make people happy, Ag. There was no crime in that.
Happy by dropping a key. So
can we play key drop instead? I feel like in key drop, we can shuffle out the keys, and so we don't have to go and specifically hunt down one innocent creature. This is minding its own business in the backscape.
That innocent creature will always have an item, so he'll probably die even more.
It doesn't have to have a good item.
But I
right?
understand you support this, so. But there was only 3 bombs in there, so mental damage aside, Magnit Handz, I mean, I'd like to. He's not missing out on that item, but he probably spent about as much time trying to find that key rat as he could, just to get the item. So.
Oh my gosh! What a nice decision on Magnit's side. Forget Zora money. I mean, so Eri, as he's coming over here with 500, but Magnit is definitely the first one to get those boots with Master Sword. Well, soon to be Master Sword. We're gonna be very, very happy on both sides.
This is interesting. Okay, I don't actually know what our bow situation is. Is this going to be a bow or is this going to be silvers?
This is going to be a regular bow. This is regular, standard, open. Oh, sorry, not standard. Open, 7/7. As traditionally classic as you can get. Nice hammer dash on Magnit side. Always really glad to see those boots and hammer in action.
So he might be thinking like he got a little bit of a steal finding this bow over here. However, whenever he goes to Kakariko, he'll realize that that's probably not the case.
Yeah, and honestly, it's okay. So Eri did get a bow, and he get a fire rod in Kakariko. Nothing I think really too worried about, because it looks like at least Magnit probably will go to Kakariko, at some point. And the silvers are going to be nice, as long as he picks up the fire rod before Skull Woods. He should be good.
I mean, the silvers are really nice. Magnit's also going to have to do this room completely dark. Hopefully.
Oh, true.
He's shedding off what happened in that last dark room, because he's going to have to do all of the dark rooms here. He's going to have to go get the vanilla big key, so. Don't
You know,
don't let that last dark room get to
yeah.
you, man. It's like riding a bike
Yeah, exactly. You know, he
In the
got
dark.
his like warm up.
in traffic.
Well, that's why we have the car horns. You know, is he's got all these like like audio cues. You know, and it's just really help him out.
Well, you better start landing on those horns whenever he gets into that Igor room. So
He's got enough health to, he should be fine. You know, these guys have done this many a time. So, well, it's not necessarily like the freest of dark rooms, but he should be fine.
But at the end of the day, both of these runners should be blessed because they're going to both have boots before the 15-minute mark in a well-known tournament. That's actually like probably one of the rarest things I've seen so far in these tournaments is having
early
boots.
boots. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do actually kind of wonder.
we are blessed.
I actually do kind of wonder if Eri feels. I don't know. He probably doesn't feel too bad, but I mean, like he did do all of Eastern Palace without boots, which of course Magnit right now is being able to enjoy. But you know, as you said, both of them got boots within basically 15 minutes, right?
So probably didn't notice. Like that's all he does is Eastern without the boots.
Yeah, that's actually probably true.
It's just
right?
like another day in the office.
We did see him also warming up lots and lots of things for NMG, so. But yeah, actually, so speaking of this actually tournament, right? This is called Survivors of Hyrule for a reason. This is actually the second game between the two teams. Team captain, of course, by Magnit Handz, and Eri's team captain is Humbug. Because this is in an elimination tournament, and this is game 2, previously, Telethar and Zelda had played in cross keys. Telethar being on Eri and Humbug's team, and Zelda being on Magnit's team. Zelda had unfortunately lost that, and Telethar won. So Eri, Humbug, Mike, and Telethar are still their entire team. They can keep playing, for the remainder of the best of 7 series. Magnit, Dante, and Wall Kicks are actually down now, a person. So it's actually, I would say, more.
What does that mean for Zelda?
Pressure. Zelda, that means that he cannot play in the remainder of the best of 7.
So he is like Frederick.
Zelda is still around. Frederick didn't even seem to be. He didn't even seem to leave a body. Honestly,
is Zelda around? We're never gonna see him up here again. He's dead.
He's with us in chat.
I'm gonna miss him. That's not actually Zelda. That's someone else. The new Discord stuff also factors in for the Twitch account. It's an imposter. Well, Zelda is dead.
So at least we'll see the Phoenix Wright sprite, when Wall Kicks plays. It'll be like Wall Kicks and Zelda together.
I mean, I saw Zelda playing the other day. He wasn't even using that sprite. So, like I said, he's an imposter. It's not the real Zelda anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
He's
we're
dead.
not gonna have to like report him or anything like that, right? For hacked over accounts or anything.
if he asked me to rate some video game, I might have to. But I'm going to miss Zelda. He was a wonderful runner, so yeah. Everybody in chat, moment of silence for Zelda. I'm not going to stay quiet, but you guys can.
Well, so Magnit is already here. He's on the back of Eastern Palace. But what better place to have a moment of silence for Zelda than in Eastern Palace? This is what a good team captain does for you,
Eri is really doing his due diligence to clean out the light world, and it was really interesting because, like, the light world checks, like the early ones, could be some things that, like, you can find some goodies that you might not find a little bit later if you have dark world access so quick, much like what Magnit Handz did. But Eri is looking like he's gonna find that hammer a little bit later rather than sooner. It'll be interesting though whether or not he decides to deviate and do escape after he gets that hammer, because it is at Uncle. I mean, that's like the best time to make a decision there. We'll have to see.
Well, speaking of bombos, put those boots straight to use.
Very nice time save there. That saved him like 3 screen transitions there just to get that bombo. So now we can do the back of escape. You get it? Because we can fry the rats. Get it? Do you get it? I don't think.
I'm sorry, you cut out for just a second. Were you saying something important?
No, that's all right.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't too bad. Okay, yeah, no worries. But yeah, actually, so this is actually a good question. I don't think we saw anything important in front of Escape from Magnit, right?
There was nothing in there, no.
Okay, yeah.
Minus this hammer that's at Uncle, but...
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, the actual stuff inside the castle. And I guess for what it's worth, like, Eri can actually quit a little bit earlier because, we just see the map as the last item in Zelda Cell, and Eri had already gone Dark Cross, so after the boomerang chest, he can just go.
It's actually a really good point. I mean, that was also the counter to doing Dark Crosses early, in case, like, map was in there, then you could skip that one, so... It's a little bit of a gamble either which way. Yeah, that'll be really nice.
Yeah, it looks like though, other than that very quick foray into Hype Cave and I guess like Pyramid Catfish on Magnet's side, we're actually going to spend a little bit more time here in the Light World for both Magnit and Eri.
Yeah, Eri's going to finish up this, and I guess the only Light World check he's going to have left is Bonk Rocks and Agina? Maybe Sitka too. I don't remember where we got our bottle because I don't pay attention.
True. But Sammy's just marking everything for us, so that's why she's actually paying attention to the race.
Yeah. But yeah, Eri, like they both have basically the inverted versions of the flipper checks done. Magnit has Catfish and all of that. Eri has the Light World equivalent.
Yeah, you see how fast the save and quit was on Eri's side? Like the guard didn't even get a chance to die. Was spared from the silver arrows. Only we could have done that for the key rats. It's okay. Next seed.
Yeah, in case you're ever like in life where something terrible is about to happen, you just like immediately save and quit. Yeah, and it'll be fine.
Is that hammer dash actually faster than just dashing? I wonder.
Faster is not the point. Cooler is probably.
That is very true. It is quite full of style. But yeah, I think so Magnet's gonna finish up Kakariko with his checks. So yeah, as you said, we have a little bit of difference in terms of stuff done. Magnit has some of the North Dark World, Hype Cave into Pyramid of Catfish. Eri's got part of the waterfall. Actually, did Eri do waterfall stuff?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, it looks like though with that fire rod, Eri is going to head directly into Skull Woods.
He's probably totally very happy with what he saw on that map check too. Crystal Skull Woods, Crystal Thieves Town. He can ride this route all the way to Hype Cave and whatnot, and then if you don't find anything by then, like, you don't even feel bad about going into Pod. You're ready to go. Oh yeah, that's true. We've got actually a lot of information. Like a lot of previous information. So like, okay, I've exhausted all my really good options. Now, Pod's actually looking pretty decent after next to nothing. I mean, you obviously want to find stuff, but yeah, you can't control basically, where all the items are placed. Like, Eri's probably had, like, half the amount of saving quits that Magnit Handz has had right now. Yeah, and given that, we do have... I will never complain about having boots, or especially basically as early as we did. But, in terms of the other movement items, right? We have no flute, we have no mirror. Save and quit. I see that was funny. Eri wanted to get grabbed by the Wall Master there, but he also wanted to spin and hit the Gibdo, and then he hit the Wall Master, so... That's all right. We just ran into the spikes. We're just saving time. This is how the only thing we can do basically without a mirror, without a hook shot, without flute. Look at that early bomb jump on Eri's side. Eri's so good at this game, man. All right. Looks like Skullwoods, you got both items out of there. It's not a 5/6. I guess we'll just wait and do it a little bit later. Yeah, we can come back with we're always going to be looking for that tempered sword, and it looks like because also Meyer is a crystal, we have a tempered sword. We have a tempered sword. Where do we have a tempered sword? It's the item to the left of the bug net. Yeah, that's the store brand tempered sword. I would like a actual name brand tempered sword. Hey man, that great value tempered sword kills moth the same as your other one does. So. But it doesn't reach very far, and you don't actually know if it actually hits or not. I'm just saying, like even though it's kind of like an off-brand orange color, it's maybe not exactly like the best of. Comparison in terms of quality. Well, I guess we're posh commentators up in here. Now we have Hat Magic too. I mean, I guess we have Hat Magic and we got a hook shot
from C-Shape House too.
That hookshot though, that is deterrent from say pot or something like that. So when I said we're looking for items,
because we can go to the mountain. Is that what?
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. I was like, is Pendant Swamp really that much better than Pendant Pot? But yeah, so the mountain seems to be a lot better in terms of options.
I mean, it'll depend too. Like if we don't find like flute or lamp, then you get to make the choice. Like at that point, pod doesn't seem as bad because we do need a flute, and you don't know which one you're going to find.
True. Yeah, and the fact that we do have, as you mentioned before, pendants, swamp, pendant pod. Those are really dense dungeons. You know, there's 11 total checks between the two places.
Yeah, nothing will ever be in any of those.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, looks like the Magnet's actually go kind of straight to the back because looks like he has intentions to actually clear out the entirety of the dungeon.
Yeah, Magnit doesn't. He's not a brand loyalist. He says if I can get the job done, I'm gonna get it done, and I respect that.
Magnit is a U.S. veteran. Actually, that was actually part of his bio for the main tournament, both this year and last year. And so I feel like as someone who may not have always the best, the most high quality of resources on hand. He's probably more MacGyver than anybody else. Just being able to use whatever he can to get the job done, which is very, very respectable here.
Doesn't need a Whole Foods sword. He can just take care of it.
Whole Foods, man. That is one paycheck at a time in order to go into that store.
That is true.
Have we found anything, by the way, in the front of Thieves Town or in the back of Thieves Town?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And then, I was a little distracted too because we have webcams. I don't think chat gets those webcams, but
yeah, I think
Magnit Handz, he was making some faces, man.
That's really
that's very interesting.
Drop too on Magnet's side. I mean, yeah. So we do have the hammer. We do have a master sword. We do not have half magic, but we got a pretty full magic bar thanks to that magic drop. With the fire rod, I think Magnit should be fine. Probably isn't going to be that much extra time that if you come back with tempered.
Also, watch this too. If he holds out his sword like this and does that, boom, another tempered sword. He's got so many tempered swords. Meanwhile, you have to work 60 hours a week just to get your tempered sword, at Whole Foods. So
that what? Actually, that's true. We probably don't even get like breaks or vacation days or anything like that. Man, this maybe we should break out the tempered sword for great value.
Maybe we should have went to Whole Foods after all. This moth is not being nice. Okay,
Magnit is
so nervous.
We have a bee. A bee is not gonna help right now. He is. Oh my!
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh! Holy frick!
All right. Yeah, so let's look at the tracker on Aries' side. I don't see any new items because, boy, I wasn't paying any attention. Man, he threaded the needle on both of those spikes and also threaded the needle on the beams. That was incredible.
I cannot believe how Magnit was able to fit, literally within the exact same amount of spacing, between two spikes. You would have just, those spikes, they just, been, bristling a little bit, Magnit would have died.
And Eri being very kind to the commentators and finding progression from the blind kill, which gave us enough time to defer our focus back over.
It's actually kind of a nice damage boost there off the Baris. It immediately damage boosted Magnit south, which is exactly where you wanted to go. So
perfect. Quake. All right.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Yeah. So that's only one more medallion before we don't have to check for anything.
We're starting to get up there in items.
We don't have a lot of major items yet. I mean, yeah, you're right. We have a lot. We also don't have a mirror. We don't have flippers. We don't have the mitts.
So flippers, those get us into swamp. I mean, that's kind of nice, but who wants to do that? Ice is also a pendant too. So
that's actually true.
Big old question mark on those flippers. Now mirror is even another one. We already have the hook shot, so we could get away with just finding the book in tandem. So book and mirror basically go hand in hand. And then you're looking at the good old ice rod, and then of course mitt. That's not that much. He says as he lists every item in the game.
And maybe another medallion. But yeah. But I think you're right though. Like, kind of depending on what are going to be our entry points into these dungeons, we actually could be looking for very, very little. Speaking of, we just opened up a lot more of the world for us with those myths. I mean, ideally, we would still be able to go. Yeah, it looks like though Aries gonna go straight back over. Yeah, he's gonna go pick up the smith.
Okay, I mean, this is a bit of a commitment because we have no mirrors, so if he wants to turn this guy in, he's gonna have to walk all the way back to Kakariko, and then with mitts and all this stuff in hand, you'd think maybe we would be more interested in doing some other things. Like, we haven't even gone to Hype Cave yet, so.
Yeah. What if Aries just finds the flute in Hype Cave, right? Then it's actually a very nice and convenient way to come back, or Kingston for that matter, right? Because he does want to check that too.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess that's
opens, yeah.
Yeah, if we. I'm sure that's how people route. They're like, yeah, this next check, I'm gonna actually find the flute, so that's why I'm doing this.
Some people do route like that, Ak. You just have to get lucky. Did you not realize that?
Good point. Yeah, didn't think about that. I wonder if he's gonna do purple chest here too.
Man, well, he has like the rest of the mountain open to them, right?
Yeah, but he's grabbing the smith, so it's still the same.
I mean, we're gonna check Kingston. We're gonna check Kingston. I mean, it's he's got the boots. He can run straight back over. To Kakariko. It's not gonna be too bad. We found a lamp, by the way, so now the whole mountain's actually in logic. And by the way, and like, what if something's actually here?
I mean, if something's here, that's great, of course. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, to nose up on purple chest, I feel like the same logic applies to the smith. That's all.
That's actually probably true. Yeah, and given that, like, as we've kind of seen before, while Magnit's kind of clearing out Thieves Town, Skullwoods is already a crystal. Like, we don't really have much kind of reason to come back here, honestly. I mean, maybe for powder later, but still, like, the purple chest is looking kind of barren right now.
But yeah, finding like something like mirror, flute, anything here is pretty amazing. Ice rod would be good. Piece of heart.
He's hard, Eri, he's only on red mail. Like, he probably could use a heart piece, honestly. We have Sick Kid, by the way. I totally forgot about this. Okay, so he had another excuse to come back, basically for Kakariko, right?
That might have been why he did it, truth be told. To maybe he was like, I forgot to do Sick Kid while I was over here, and then I didn't want to leave it, so he did the Smith in tandem. That would actually make a lot of sense.
Sick Kid, by the way, is a perpetual bottle machine. Give it a bottle, and they'll give you another bottle. If you give it one more bottle, he'll give you another bottle. It's only like you find the laws of thermodynamics, but this is Hyrule.
Am I crazy? Has Eri not gone to Hype Cave?
What did he do?
He got the mitts and then he went to the smith. So now we're up the mountain.
Oh, did he just save and quit? You're right. Yeah, because he did hammer pegs and then he saved and quit, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I mean, I can see some. Okay, sorry. I was making sure but I was correct in what I was seeing before I decided to elaborate on it. But so again, like that pod play, again, if you had saved Hype Cave, then all of a sudden you can do like hype into pod, and again, you'll be doing that with the best knowledge possible. By the way,
look, we found two swords. It is we briefly had a real temper sword before we immediately got upgraded into like the gold standard.
All right. And we found the item that we were hoping to never find, which is the flippers. So red flags.
We still don't have a mirror for what it's worth, right? So we can't get into swamp. Ice Palace, it may not be necessarily like the worst of dips, honestly, but yes, it is something that we.
No, it's a pendant. It is the literal worst of dips. This is actually a really awkward Death Mountain too. If we do not have mirror, no mirror, because
are you gonna have to pick, by the way, like between Spiral and Spike Cave?
No, what you have to do is pick between like doing Spiral, and then are you gonna climb all the way back up just to open TR? Because you might want TR open, because if you find Ice Rod, then you can go in, or you can go in through the Dark World. But then if you don't find mirror, then you have to save and quit to come back and open TR.
That's true. And then it's like another mountain trip over, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's
So,
it
okay.
can feel really nasty doing all that stuff.
So is like open mode the great value version of inverted? Is that what we're seeing here? Without the mirror?
Mirrorless Death Mountain, correct? Yeah, that is the great value version of inverted.
Oh. Can we just wait? Do I actually want the real the name brand value of inverted? I'm not sure what's actually better here, Ak.
I think you've completely gone off on the deep end, and I actually might be a little uncomfortable having this conversation moving forward. But
you're right. We're just
I'm trying to be a professional here.
By the way, did we find both items in Hera? I don't even know. I saw 10 arrows in Compass chest. Okay, all right. Well then, we don't have to even worry about the basement. That's gonna definitely save us another minute or so.
Presumptuously, we did. Either that, or he already checked off the fact that he found them on his tracker because he's intending to do the basement regardless. But either way, we'll find out.
That is crystal number 3 for Eric.
Book, ice, maybe
book, ice rod.
Mirror, ice rod.
Oh, we still need a flute. Yeah, that flute can be kind of elusive. That's right. Yeah, and so we're done. Okay, so maybe Eri, based on he's going this direction, he is going to go and open up to the rock if he can. I mean, he's going to do spiral, at least. Never mind. But yeah, we're going to definitely need that flute in order to see what our medallion entry is, at least for Meyer. This is going to be definitely a big old unknown.
So we are doing spiral. Magnit getting his mitts. It's going to be I don't know, maybe a little bit of a feels bad, because if he had went left instead of up, he would have had these mitts insanely early. And immediately saving quitting, not turning into Smith.
We are immediately getting
not
baited.
saving quitting.
Right straight back and turn to the
going
Smith.
to the Smith. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, at least for Magnit, that actually does make a good amount of sense, right? Because he's already done Hype K, right? He went Hype K north, and so he can very comfortably cut off his route at this point. We're just gonna, take a practice spin speed up. We're gonna do hammer pegs first. Is that?
I don't think we're doing the Smith because I don't think he wants to return him.
Okay, so we're gonna just do hammer pegs. Never mind.
Yeah. And then we're seeing this elongated climb the mountain 3 times from Eri. And then you find out it's Ether, and then you facepalm. What's Bombo? Sorry, we're good. That's not the right medallion, but it's okay. We'll get it on the second try.
Eri, he is so used to NMG, right? He has a 123 time. He doesn't know, he doesn't know what to do when he sees Bombo as the entry medallion,
I don't know. You can say that's NMG muscle memory, but the fact that he quick swapped to that Quake leads me to believe that maybe that was not NMG muscle memory.
Okay, you know what?
It's vanilla.
It's vanilla preset. Sorry, that is going to be something that is hopefully going to be on the horizon.
Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think it's been something that I think Eri's been maybe kind of tossing around here and there.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh my gosh, a good thing Eri.
Okay, wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Yeah, that was when that would have been such a big brain play on Eri's side. It's good thing you open up to the rocket. Oh, all right.
Wow.
Well,
we could
rewarded by Mir in the very next.
Also, we got to kill both Fredericks, so that little sneaky little rat does not get to live on Magnit Hand's side. He could not stave off the mental damage. He wanted to know what was in this chest.
Yeah, and it looks like we're actually going to come back with a lamp too. So we're actually going to get a very, very clear picture of basically the scene
I watched
of the
the whole entire thing, and it was majestic. All right, so this is interesting. Eri can just go do all of TR with the nicest ice rod ever. If he finds flute there, we might be done. That might be it.
Yeah.
It'll work out really well for him too, because he can just go turn in the flute and then finish up Skullwoods.
With his gold sword, already immediately upgraded.
Yeah. How much more damage is that gold sword gonna help with Moth?
Well, I mean, do we get a gold sword spin at home? Is that temporary?
Fun fact. They eventually patched it, but in the earlier days of the randomizer, the gold sword did no damage to Moth whenever you would do swings.
Just like vanilla.
Yeah. So in order to fight it, you would have to do pokes. Made it really fun, kind of. I kind of actually missed that feature. Especially it was really fun, too, with, boss shuffle, and you'd always have to be mindful of, you know, fighting Moth and have to do pokes instead of slashes to kill him.
Was this also in the back in the days of like non-progressive swords?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
so
dude.
Maybe
so
even a little bit more common to have gold sword too when you're fighting Mothula. Yeah.
Yeah, the randomizer certainly has come quite a ways away. It's like I don't know. It's just like I cannot. Changed. Yeah, I can't really right now. Like I certainly came. You know, my era started after progressive swords, but it's like it's kind of hard to imagine non-progressive swords back in the day. I don't know. It's just like.
There's literally a 10-page wiki dedicated to just the fake flipper changes. And what happens when you fake flipper and get hit by an enemy. It's like 10 pages long, the history change log on that one.
I have read and agreed to the terms of services. That sounds about how much I would have known about the fake flipper. Eri pretty much also acting like he has red mail. Like, I don't even think that he cared about the damage he took from chomps at that point. Even though, actually, total health-wise, we're actually not very high. Like, we haven't really found a lot of, you know, like, heart pieces or heart containers. Yeah.
That's alright. We are glass cannon build. That's how we like it anyways.
Yeah, we got gold sword. You know, we've got silver arrows. I mean, this is almost seems like, you know, for all of the cinematic apparently key rat movies that we've been watching, it's basically just like, you know, movie theater concession food, right? You know, we got butter on popcorn, got salt and vinegar flavoring on popcorn.
By the way, that dash that Eri just did there to go through that door and not get hit by the laser. If you were curious ever of like just any little DNA samples to tell whether or not you're a rando player or an NMG player, just like look at that room right there.
Eri is
no rando player
good.
would do that dash on that heart. They would be scared to death. But he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, suddenly, in terms of just like comfort level, right after we kind of also saw Magnit get both his swords out of Paradox Cave right next to each other, you know, coupled with the silvers, oh my gosh, all right, you know what? Third time's a definitely charm for Magnit as he gets completely dead rocked over and over.
I don't know how I feel about bottling fairies. Typically, I'm usually against human trafficking, but
are fairies human?
Okay, well, I guess you're
I mean, you know, where do they rank in terms of like rats, you know, and you know, and other brethren or denizens
Whole Foods
of
only
Hyrule?
swords, fairies aren't people type of attitudes here. I guess. You know, whatever.
They're more for, you know, companions, right? Because, you know, they want to travel with you, but I think, you know, as part of their lifespan, like you saw for after a little bit, they actually kind of like fade away, right, into the ether. But I really think like the bottle is actually kind of helping them preserve their form here in Hyrule.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if people can hear me. If you guys can hear me, say wonderful things about Act the Boker in chat. If you guys can hear me, say how amazing you think Act the Boker and Claire Mouse are.
I like how my name got added.
We just need to, yes.
Sure. And the second version of this.
Yeah, my head got so big it exploded there a little bit, but yeah.
Just like Trinex, is that what we're saying?
Okay, I think we're back, because all I hear are compliments. And then the things I don't hear, I'm ignoring.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Eri. Okay, all right. It's okay. You know, the gold sword just didn't reach quite as far as, you know, we had really intended. That death warp, I hope, was intentional. Or, you know what? We got a fairy. Magnit bottled up 2 fairies to help him out. Oh, that was also intentional because it was a spike cave.
Now, this could be a huge flute. Like, so...
Wow.
We were gonna say, like, is this race over? Like, Eri seems to have pulled off a little bit late. I mean, you know, Magnit does have the Skullwoods clear, Eri doesn't, but TR is very long. Also, Magnit Handz is gonna have to go back to Dark Death Mountain as well. Ooh, interesting.
Oh, because he stopped in, he saved me quite out of spike cave. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going friggin' Ice Palace here.
Yeah,
Zora, I think we're going to
Oh,
Zora
like,
and
it could
Hobo.
be. Yeah, I was gonna say it could be just other flipper checks that Magnit hasn't done yet. You know, he didn't have money when he was first over at Ice Rod Cave, so and I don't think we saw Eri do Hobo either, right?
I can see why he wants to do this too, because like finding Ice Rod not off the beaten path would feel really nice. But the problem is the Ice Rod is there. However, like, I was going to say, is this race over? Because Eri seems to be just a pinch ahead. We are missing a flute, and we have, like, literally every awful, time-consuming crap location available to us. And the flute is going to be in one of them. Unless it's on Ped, in which case, then it's on all of them. But, you know, we'll talk about that later. One decision can make this race. Under the presumption that Magnit goes to TR, or doesn't put off the Dark Death Mountain like the plague. Alright, and here we go. See, we have Hype Cave now. And you can do Hype Cave into Swamp if he wants. Very efficient. He can do Hype Cave into Pod. He can do Hype Cave into Pyramid Fairy Catfish. Graveyard Ledge.
I forgot about Pyramid Fairy. That's actually a really good reminder, because Turtle Rock was...
We do have Pyramid Fairy. Holy crap.
Yeah. Do you just say things without realizing that you're right?
Well, I meant Pyramid, but like I completely wrote off Pyramid Fairy in my head because I looked earlier and saw it was PR, and I'm like, whatever, we ain't gonna see that today.
Yeah, with the plethora that Eri has in this case, for money wise, it's actually a much better route. He can even go check Graveyard Ledge if he really wants to.
How? I don't know. I'm not, like, this worked out so well and it's so efficient for Eri, but, like, I'm not going to give it to him because he did not know that Ice Rod was hanging up there on Dead Mountain.
Well, I mean, but to his credit, right? He did open up to the rock. Like, he didn't go in, you know, the Super Bunny way, right? And on the chance that he would find Ice Rod, just happens to be we also found the mirror.
Yeah, but when Ice Rod is in, like, Hype Cave, then, like, I don't know, man. You don't feel so good anymore.
That's true.
But regardless, it's going to work out really well for him. And then Magnit Handz is going to be checking out Dark Death Mountain himself. So he can go ahead and get his Ice Rod. He could even go the efficient way if he wanted to. Little does he know, because the mirror is also hanging out in Hookshot Cave. But that's just big old 5-head routing.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to kind of bang on that. And more often than not, you know, you're just basically never going to have to see that mirror. Or are we going to do Hobo? Okay. I guess Hobo into Pod? Is that what it's looking like for Eri?
Perhaps. He might do Graveyard Ledge, he might do Catfish, he might do Pod. He might, I mean, like I said, all of the choices you have left, they are choices.
That's actually very true. Yeah, the only place that the flute can't be is in the Mire area. I mean, we can also find a book for what it's worth that'll get us into Desert. Along with some pretty terrible tablets.
God, this Death Mountain, so gross. Magnit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just like Eri, Magnit also doesn't know where the mirror is, and I mean,
it's hard to do without mirror for sure.
Exactly. You know, and honestly, if he knew where mirror is, he probably would do things a lot differently. You just
yeah.
But this is kind of the difference in this case between, you know, having in this case like a spoiler log, and you're just kind of trying to do the best you can with what you have. But you know, Magnit's very, very resourceful.
You gotta use your noodle a little bit, routing Death Mountain with no mirror, that's for certain. Or in this case, if you didn't use your noodle, it would probably, like, work out to your benefit. And that happens from time to time. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot I didn't have mirror, so I went in the Dark World. Oh, then I found mirror, haha.
It's kind of like when you go to, like, Stalfos room in GT without the mirror, you're just like, oh crap, I want a mirror, and then you find the mirror there, it's like, okay, everything worked out. Cool. We have powder. I don't think we found the mushroom either before, right? So it's not like there was any opportunity to fake powder. Not that that also exists in here.
No, I don't think we've seen that yet.
Yeah.
So
Did we actually get a scout on Bumper Ledge from either of these guys? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean we don't have the cape either. I don't know that both of them did scout lumberjack. It was only 300, so but I'm not really sure if there was another opportunity for them to go back to that area.
Man, this is where the game is going to be dumb, and they give you the book instead of the flute.
Yeah.
You say,
Yeah. Of course, you know,
go figure that
you
one
mentioned.
out.
Mhm. Yeah, we mentioned earlier that I think we just get game feed I think on the restream, but as from Magnet's actual stream, Magnet's reaction to finding the mirror immediately after the ice rod. Very very classic.
I love that book mode. It's so good.
All right, okay, so Aries here in pod. We haven't really found anything yet. Somewhat to be expected, just because there's usually not very many things in the front outside of dungeon items. But so would you beat Helma in this situation? Oh, true. We did find powder. But would you beat Helma after if there's an item back there?
I would if it was the flute. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that works.
I don't know. I feel like no, but like I don't know. I'm trying to think. Will Eri do it? I don't think he actually will. But like, man, he could be feeling like so good just about of how seamless everything has been going for him, and he might just be thinking like, yeah, I'll just do it. But also, like, I don't know. Like, this is a kind of a team event too. Whenever you have the pressure of your teammates, kind of weighing on your shoulders, it can make your decision processing a little bit different.
That
like
is
if you lose on your own accord,
perspective.
it's like whatever. But like when you're gonna let down your teammates and break their hearts, things get a little different. But then again, if Eri loses, he dies, so then he doesn't necessarily have to worry too much about the opinion of his teammate. So
I mean, you think like he and Zelda can just kind of like hang out, for the rest of the tournament?
Hang out at the pearly gates and say, "Man, should have checked that left side swamp." Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, there's the flute.
I think we're not gonna go to beat Helma. That's go mode for Eri, right?
Okay, do you like? God dang, dude. This round was
His
unbeatable.
route has been
like no one beats this round. This is freaking absurd. He literally did not do Hype Cave until Turtle Rock, and then like
post Turtle Rock. Yeah.
Went and just did Pyramid Fairy in the one pendant for his go mode. God. Well, Magnit Handz, I'm very sorry. You played a good race, but like Eri did not leave very much window for chance. Good
yeah,
Lord.
I'm even trying to think in this case, like, yeah, for Magnet's route, like, so he had a little bit of a hesitation, trying to get the key rat right at the very beginning of the game, but honestly,
and that was
like,
it was over right then and there.
Like, I don't even think that there was anything else that Magnit could have really improved upon, even like his execution, for the rest of his routing. It like Eri definitely made some very, very good decisions.
Even like Super Eri with Magnit Handz' route is not beating regular Eri, I don't think that makes sense, but just
no. You definitely I it says in my head when I heard it. So yeah, and Eri, I think he was also made a good call. Everything was in the front initially when he was here in Skull Woods. Like I think he wanted to keep going, probably into like Thieves Town and the rest of South Dark World. Didn't want to go all the way and beat Moth and then run all the way out or whatever, walk all the way out. So and coming back here with now even Gold Sword, half magic, fire rod, whatever. Right, it's gonna be a much faster fight.
Yeah,
we did see a lot of fireworks on Magnet's side because he had a very exciting Moth fight. I don't exactly envision Eri having a similar experience.
That is definitely a good takeaway from this case. Magnit Handz most certainly will have had like the most exciting boss fight, probably. I mean, there's still a couple to come, but that's going to be a tough one to follow up. But truth be told, I would probably rather take the win than the
than the excitement,
than that little side award.
Yeah, and this is gonna be just so for team the team Boomer Rangers. So that is Eri, Humbug, Telethar, and Mike. 4 different colored boomerangs. They're certainly looking, especially an 8 out of 10 fight on Eri's side. Their team situation is looking very, very good. Now, of course, this is going to be best of 7. Anyone can get eliminated still, and if the race continues like this, Danzy and Walkie can still certainly have a very strong comeback.
I mean, it only takes
Boomer
one person.
Rangers. You want to take a guess, by the way, of what color Aries Boomer Ranger color is?
Is he the White Ranger?
He is not.
Is he the Red Ranger? Is he blue?
I believe Telethar is blue. I believe Mike is red.
Is he the Pink Ranger?
I would actually kind of like that. I unfortunately, I don't think the pink exists. Sadly.
Really?
Yeah, not on this team at least.
Very disappointing.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
is he yellow?
He is. He's very close. If you combine yellow and red together, then
purple.
you get
He's the
color.
Purple Ranger.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yellow and red. He's the Orange Ranger?
He is the Orange Boomer Ranger, correct.
There's no Orange Ranger, isn't there? Not one?
There is no actual Orange Ranger in the Power Ranger series, correct?
Wait,
I don't
so
know how they got that, but
we
I think
snuffed out
colors.
Pink Ranger to put in a false Ranger?
So, if you have any complaints, Ak, I believe Team Captain Humbug, the Green Ranger, is more than open to feedback.
Okay. I'm literally sending him a message right now. Your lack of pink makes me red, okay?
Yeah. That's actually, yeah. I watched Power Rangers actually for quite some time, and yeah, the pink Power Ranger was actually definitely a fan favorite. Yellow Ranger was actually pretty good too.
There's our mushroom, by the way. We found it.
Yeah, great. Exactly what we want to see. Ooh.
Well, for anyways, Eri not, doing great value, Mothula apparently does great value Power Rangers, so hard to say what his stance on these are.
So Power Rangers have also gone on for the last, I don't know, 20 whatever years now. I think they just introduced more and more colors. Surely eventually the orange will be, a staple.
It's a knockoff series.
That's actually probably true.
Yeah.
There've been probably like 10 series by now for Power Rangers, right? At least, right?
Yeah. I mean, aren't the original Power Rangers? Isn't that just like Captain Planet? The Planeteers? Those are the OG Power Rangers. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, it was Jason, Zach, and Billy, Kimberly, and Trina.
Okay, those are the real Power Rangers. Those aren't the Planeteers. I was like, are you really naming off the Planeteers?
No, the Planeteers. Oh man, that was also a long. That was a really childhood favorite show. I'm trying to remember. There was Mati. I think he was the.
Oh yeah. Earth.
I thought he was Heart. No, who was Heart?
Oh, Mati?
Yeah, he was from Brazil. He had a little monkey.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Well, whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, Aries already part. You know what? I'm also kind of just saddened at the fact that we have the lamp because I feel like as someone like Aries, we would really like to be able to see nothing on a screen and just get to have him get through Dark Mire with Spooky.
Well, I don't know. I disagree, because whenever I saw Frederick get killed twice, that was due to the nature of fire sources, and I enjoyed it, so I like them having the screen lit up.
They didn't even do it with Bombos, though. It's like the great value version that we saw.
he got
we can
settle, roasted,
is that what you're saying?
Like, everything's fine. Wheeler, Linka, G, Mati? Oh man, look at that.
Oh, I remember Wheeler. Yeah, that's right. He was the fire guy, right?
Yeah, he's fire. Yeah.
Was he the guy from North America? Because they didn't have him from like different continents. He was supposed to be like a stereotypical American or something. Anyway.
No. He was Canadian.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyways, not too late of a Bicky and Meyer, so Aries pretty much rolling through this seed. Literally 57 minutes in, we are lacking one crystal, and it's very quick. It's also going to be very tasty. If you catch what I'm throwing down. He might be like a punk too, and just do a
He might
little
just
swag.
do
I could
fire
totally see him doing it just because of how well his seed's gone for him. He might be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got some time to spare. I
Mhm.
hope he
Yeah,
doesn't.
actually, by the way, yeah, not Airy, Magnit, he's actually doing Graveyard Ledge because he done all the catfish pyramid stuff. So it looks like he delivered Big Mom and just basically come back over and just kind of tie up this loose end.
And now we get to see what happens when a man is pushed into a corner and he's got to choose between 3 pendants that all suck. Let's see where he decides to go. You can learn a lot about a person, all right? If anybody's ever going to be playing Magnit Handz in a future tournament, just know that whenever he's in a situation like this, he chooses to go to ice.
Like Ice Palace, which,
Yeah.
you know, honestly is not unreasonable, right? Like,
No.
we've got 3 items here. We've got the Canis of Mario. We can actually get in pretty quickly. You know, get in, get out pretty quickly.
I don't think like any of the choices. Like, there's definitely a case to be made for like literally any of them. But in reality, just go to pod.
This one, it was really decided. Just flip whatever pendant coin that you like. And then, oh my gosh, Eri! No, Eri, go back!
Yum, yum, yum. That's what I'm talking about.
What is this? Thursday afternoon? You know, Eri shouldn't be putting such terrible value into his system, you know, so late at night, right? It's like 8 p.m. over there, honestly. You know, like, he still needs to, you know, like, he's been having some stomach issues lately. We don't want to make it worse.
No, it's fine because he is finishing the seed so much faster because he's doing it appropriately. He can go have plenty of time to exercise later.
It's not exercising, right? You don't want to go to sleep on an upset stomach. You want to be able to sleep through the night, right? The salt and vinegar is just not going to help. It's like eating Taco Bell.
It's like kombucha, man. It's good for you.
Are you just telling me Taco Bell is good for you?
No, salt and vinegar chips are good for you. It's I saw it on Bill Nye the Science Guy. Miss Frizzle told me. I'm trying to bring out as many of these old TV shows as I can.
I would believe you if you told me Miss Frizzle told you. That was actually also a good show. I learned a lot when I was watching that show as a kid.
Same. Like, did you ever want to get shrunk and get eaten by like one of your friends?
That
show made it seem like a really fun time.
That seems less desirable. Although I do remember there was like the one you learned about the digestive system or something like that. Because like Arnold was eating like seaweedies because he for nothing but like 30 days or something. It was like carrots and seaweed, and so his skin turned orange, like Aries' color for the.
Wait a minute. It all comes together.
And so they had to like basically go in and like figure out, you know, like how all of this like the beta carotene or whatever from the carrots get digested.
By the way, we're going into GT right now.
Yeah, we are.
Right at the hour mark, he's opening this dungeon.
It is so fast, man. Yeah, Ari, having fun. Like, he found boots actually relatively similar to when you would get them in MG, right? Basically, you know, in MG you get it from something on the 11-minute mark, and he found it, you know, 13, 14. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, he found them at my NMG route. So good for him.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go left side first. This is a very classic Airy, Blaine, Matt, Dark Link route. I'm gonna go check Stalfo's room. Up to there,
Dark
go
Link
get our
route.
at least
All
one
right.
guaranteed small key, and then we're gonna head on to the left side, or to the right side. Yeah, I'm not even sure at this point if there's anything else even of value outside of like what we already have so far, right? Because we already found the powder in pod. We found the mushroom also in Meyer. Maybe we found the cape in here for Magnit.
We should change the Wayne route. If you do like Wayne route, and then whenever you dash over to get the chest, if you hit 2 out of the 3 skeletons, you should just keep going.
Actually, do you know that? Did you know that? So actually, yeah, we found this out when at the Laden Brace Telethar. Telethar actually says that if he kills all the Stalfos when he dashes from left to right, he'll just go to Rando
goes?
Rush.
Okay.
Yeah, he just goes to Rando Rush. Yeah.
I didn't know he said that then. Now I feel like I've cannibalized his strategy. It was something I just thought about. So
Well, he's
just
not
ignore
Dark
me.
Link, so no, he's not Dark Link, so it's okay.
Well, neither am I.
You can be Dark Link though.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
I like your Santa Link, honestly.
Because then I would have to feel like I'd have to make up a color to be a Power Ranger. And I just don't feel like doing all that.
You can be the Pink Ranger. You can take on that color.
I would do it.
What other colors were there actually? I mean, there were like the original set, right? And then
Red,
Yeah, you
blue,
could be-
black,
you could be
yellow,
the-
green.
Yeah, you could be the White Ranger.
White?
You know, like Humbug's already green, but like green and white are pretty much like, you know, Tommy used to be the Green Ranger and then he was the White Ranger for quite some time, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, we're just gonna do a couple of extra hook shots just to make sure that the thing still works. You know, we did kind of pick it up, you know,
very
in like
intimidating. That Stalfos was probably terrified.
Well, you know, we didn't go into swamp at all. You know, I feel like Argus was not able to be intimidated, so Eri kind of needed to do something else with that poke shot. You know.
Are you saying we didn't go into swamp at all, like with this very iconic timing? Because I don't know if you've noticed where Magnit Handz is right now, but he might be on his way.
You are correct.
This could be purple chest too, I guess, or Smith purple chest pre-swamp. That is look like where he's going.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it is a little bit unfortunate for Magnit to have chose this route, but I mean, what he is doing though, once he's made the route,
it's not unfortunate at all. It's actually pretty trivial. You can do whatever he wants. Nothing's slowing down Eri right now.
No, I'm just saying that like once he's committed to a route, though, he's doing things very efficiently, right? Like it's gonna be very nice for him to be able to once he drops the protest to just hop right into swamp.
But
yes, in terms of the race result,
that's a word. You are correct.
In terms of the race result, I don't think anything at this point Magnit can do can affect the difference. It can really, I think, only be in Eri's hands at this point.
I think so, and those are some hands that are pretty dang good at this game.
Yeah. I mean, he's also got gold sword. He's got boots, right?
Yeah. Powder.
Almost.
He's also gonna get. Oh, I was gonna say he's gonna get sucked dry by this anti-fairy, but he said nope because we got powder.
Yeah, I mean, like if you mess up that room though, like you can actually fall without getting the chest. I mean, we did see that the Biggie wasn't there, but that would have been some pretty bad.
I've seen people fall there too every now and then. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen them do it with a big key, but boy, it would be really funny. Also, don't do it. Why? We were going so fast. Well.
I'm actually kind of upset, you know, just because like this scene, as you said, went so fast, right? Eri went to basically all of the correct locations, and I think just the fact that we have an extra, basically padded in 20 extra checks in GT is just gonna ruin the collection rate. Like I really wanted this to be like a
behind. It's like, what if Magnit has the power room?
It has won people races before. I mean, it's not. I mean, you have to be in a pretty big position, I think, to gamble this room. But it has happened before.
You also have to be in GT too to gamble it.
That's you know details. Magnit will get there eventually. I mean, maybe not for the seed, but he'll get to GT eventually. I think Magnit has a couple of main tournament races left. He's playing. He's actually playing the lane. Actually, in I think this weekend, maybe next weekend or next week. Something very soon.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they are definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are matched in the. I'm assuming that's the main tournament.
It is the main tournament.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had 3 weeks to finish up 6 races. Unlike actually, so I can't remember the exact timing for Survivors of Hyrule, but I think they gave them like 5 weeks or something in order to play out the best of 7 series, and we've already got all 4 games scheduled basically for this week.
Oh, for this one? Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, good for them for doing that rather than waiting till last second.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, sorry, I need to at least practice Agatu for 30 more hours before I schedule a race. I want to make sure I'm at my prime. Like, nah, man. When you sign up for the tournament, you're ready to go.
I mean, you can practice like infinite number of hours for Agatu. I don't really think you're gonna get better. It just doesn't. I mean, unless you're gonna like basically just I don't know, do Monte Carlo simulations at that point. Might seem more effective.
I mean, when you've done it so many times, you can just start like just seeing the movements. You have every single location
True. You just
marked
exhaustively
to know when to spin, when to slash. Just a little database inside your head.
Yeah, it's like a lookup table. You know, you just have every possible combination. You know, you write them down, and then you just have to go look it up. Easy. It sounds.
Yeah. Okay, Aga is here. Could you just see someone on an NMG run doing that? Like they see the things and they pause. And then you could just hear in the background them flipping through a notebook, you know, and then 10 minutes later they find the right spot to stand. Yeah, they got a triple. It was amazing.
So they only measure in-game time? Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, Oh.
Not real time? Okay, I understand. Don't worry.
I think that. I mean, that used to be a rule, right?
In NMG,
Yeah.
really?
Maybe like
Ask
Twin
them.
Galaxies rule.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
I don't know either.
By
I
the
think there
way,
was something about that where they couldn't die, but like, man, I'm the worst person to talk about this.
can we ask someone else who's more familiar with that stuff?
Nah,
No. Okay.
because it's NMG. Like, I guess I don't really care now that I thought about it.
I mean, like when Eri comes in, I think we can. You'll probably, give us all the
don't
lore.
do it. Are they on delay, by the way?
They are not on delay, so this is real
Okay.
time. I mean,
So
this
he
is
can't
whatever
hear
stream
me.
delay.
He's not
Yeah.
listening to me right now. To
Correct.
come in and be like, well, actually, Ack. Okay, good. Yeah, don't say anything, and we'll be none the wiser.
All right, sounds good. By the way, I was gonna say Magnus is swamp now. We're gonna go with a third time's the charm rule for pendants. Oh my gosh, we have the book. Oh, Magnus leaving. Interesting. That is enough for him to cut his trip offshore. He can check bombos and then what?
And then he can finish desert, and then be
he
like,
can.
I'm Galaxy Brain
You're
because
right. You're right. I forgot
found
about the book. Yeah, I forgot about the book. Yes, desert. That's right. That was actually one of our possibilities. Nice job, Eri. Who needs to
kill the rats, save the Moldorm? A man after my own heart.
Excuse me? Why do you want to save Moldorm? What has he ever done to you? Or what hasn't he done to you? The rat is just literally running his own business, just looking for apples and munch on, and then Moldorm is like all up in your face.
He's a thief. He steals stuff.
He had the key to begin with. You're the one trying to take his key. All right, he is a citizen of Hyrule Castle. That's his home. We're the invaders. Ack?
I don't know. He's dead, so we have the key now, so
We didn't actually do we even need that key? I think in theory. We did not,
but
right?
It's fine because he died.
I want a little flower for Frederick.
There's plenty of vacant tombstones to bury him up there in the graveyard.
It's true, and we never actually go to Graveyard Ledge. It's just one of like the least visited locations in all of Hyrule. And do you think there's like a little ghost mouse? It's like the ghosts that kind of like hover around the graveyard. You think there's gonna be a little ghost version of that?
I mean, maybe they're the ones that are flying around. They're wearing a hood. You can't really tell.
So it's like the secret rat Illuminati.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, it all makes sense. We're figuring out the lore. This game's been out for 30 years, but now we're figuring out things that no one ever knew.
Well, it's not like things were ever documented. It was really hard to get information back in the day. We just had an instruction manual. Maybe if you were a very fortunate kid, your parents got you a subscription to like Nintendo Power. Right? Or they let you call the 900 number for help. That was amazing, by the way.
Cost like $300 an hour or something.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was. I want to say it was like $3.95 a minute or something. I mean, I don't really remember, but I definitely remember seeing something like, I can't believe they actually had something like this.
Like, I don't
so
know
your initial 300, whether or not it was hyperbolic, it was actually pretty close.
Yeah. Like, do those people know that there's like other people that do more lucrative things for a money/time variety, and it's like not even that expensive? So,
by the way,
the audacity that they could charge for.
Yeah, Eri finished Ganon, by the way. GG's.
Oh yeah, GG.
Oh, that is an extremely fast time. 110 finish on Eri's side. Looks like though is Magnit. I don't know. Magnit actually is looking at the race room at all. So hopefully we're gonna be able to get Eri in here for a little chat.
Magnit Handz doing the good thing and killing another Lamo with salt and vinegar before he decides to forfeit. So
yeah, looks
it's perfect. What a great seed. Honestly, I think I'm happy. I saw everything I needed. I saw 3 Moldorms die to silvers. I saw 2 key rats die to sharp objects. It was a good seed.
I saw no apples. I'm pretty sad.
It's okay. Next time. There's always next time.
Let's just go to the farmer's market a little bit earlier next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think overall, though, I think you certainly have made some good observations. Like for how nice the seed is. We had some pretty early boots I mean, relatively speaking, for an open seed. We had really early swords, honestly, like, and I think it just made the comfort level for both Magnit and Eri, you know, just automatic. Like, this is gonna be a nice time that they're gonna have for the race.
And at the end of the day, it was just pick the right pendant, and
speaking of picking the right pendant, we have Eri, our victor today. GG's.
Yo, thanks.
Eri, talk about your routing for the seed. How were you feeling basically the entire time? Were you actually feeling good?
I was feeling super good.
I kind of thought so.
I think if I would not feel good about this one, then there will be very angry people. So yeah, you can always like look back and it's like, oh, I could have been more aggressive there, but I don't know. It just worked out.
Like
I think all you can say.
The one thing you could have done to make it like more reasonable, like the only more reasonable thing you could have done would have been like not do that one-off for like Smith. But everything else, it was just like, oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, it was a little awkward finding myths, and then it's like, well, let's just do Smiths instead of running over to Hype Cave, which was the original plan. It was just like, ooh, piece of candy, let's follow it.
Okay.
Apples were in the tree, Harry.
I thought maybe it was because of like bottle vendor or something, but I wasn't quite sure.
You mean Sick Kid?
Sick Kid, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a combination thing. Like, it's really hard to just process everything on the fly, but
sure.
It was just like, okay, well, I can pick up Smith, do Hammer Pegs, do King's Tomb, like do all those awkward one-offs. And I was like, well, I can always come back to Hype Cave, but in that moment I kind of realized that there was not really anything to combine it with aside from Pyramid Fairy, because Swamp is a pendant and Pod is a pendant. But it turned out to work out perfectly, and well, of course, Hype Cave never has anything.
I don't know.
Ak was talking about how it was certainly very novel to go to Hype Cave after Turtle Rock of all places.
And then having Thieves and Turtle Rock as 5/6 and being able to combo that with Hype Cave in this seed, I was like, oh my god, no one's gonna beat him this seed. It doesn't matter. It was good.
It was pretty Cosmic Brain. That's for sure. I mean, Magnit is just like of the new generation of runners where you don't really know how to route against them. Like, you have the more old school routers that are just like a lot more conservative, do like very balanced skips and like but still follow like a very rudimentary pattern in a way. And then you have these runners where they just do whatever they feel like. And I don't know how to play against them, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just see where this leads.
Well, I would say
70 minutes later,
with that strategy because it worked out really well. And then getting you had the pick a pendant basically at the end, which is kind of like an awful feeling until the first one you go to is correct, and then all of a sudden it's the most amazing feeling in the world.
Yeah, what made you decide to go to Pod versus just temporal locality, or
probably because he hadn't done Hype Cave yet.
Well, I mean, it could have been any of the three. I was considering doing Ice first because the main problem for me with these choices is how awful is it to do the last checks. So with Ice, it's kind of straightforward. You just have the 3 checks and then you're done. But with Pod, if there's an item on Helma, it's like, do you really want to spend the 2.5 minutes of it? And the same problem is with Left Side Swamp. But considering I was like also wanted to do Hobo and Pod was accessible early on enough that I felt that Magnit could have gone there.
Okay.
And I was just hedging my bets because the rest of my route has just been really efficient. So at that point it's like, okay, if I do Pod and it's nothing, then there's a solid chance that Magnit has already done this as well. So then I don't lose that much.
Very well thought out and a galaxy brain. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we are also joined here by Magnit and GG's Magnit.
Thank you. GG's Eri.
Yeah, GG's Magnit.
Magnit, I would certainly say that you played a very, very strong game this time. It just happens to be, and I think I was kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, it was that the route that Eri took was not beatable, regardless of how good your execution is. Like Eri went to all of the right things, and it actually kind of even with your route towards the end, right? I mean, you can actually, you had 3 pendant dungeons on the table, and Eri happened to pick the right one this time. All your decisions and things were really good. It just happens to be they didn't work out this time.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I do feel good with the decisions though. Like, so doesn't feel bad going against God, Eri himself. I felt like when I got the book, like I was telling my teammates a moment ago, it was like, I know I need the flute, but I'm like, I need Ether to be goofy. But when Ether was in TR, I was like, oh crap. Like this is not good. I'm like, I could possibly need, because I don't even know what Meyer was. What was Meyer's medallion?
It was actually Ether, yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
This is how much we paid attention to.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping that it would have been Ether and not any of the other medallions that I had. I was like, because if Ether is goofy and something can be a GYL, maybe that will help. But as I saw Ether and TR, I was like, oh, I need Flute to be a GYL. Like, please.
Yeah, I mean, your read on that was right too, so.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Eri, I did have a question for you. What does your file name mean?
Good luck, have fun, awesome person.
Is that referring to Magnit Handz?
Everybody here, everybody involved.
Thank you. I thought it was. Okay. It was referring to you, Magnit Handz. I'm sure of it. Specifically you, because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Eri's the man. I just want to say thank you for waiting on me because I was rushing back and we hit traffic. So I do appreciate the wait from you guys. Like it means a lot to me. So thank you.
Of course.
Oh, no worries. This was
No,
really
this
no problem
was
at all.
definitely worth waiting for. So.
Yeah,
and with how
like,
fast Eri finished, it's like you really balanced everything out regardless. So.
I mean, it's no fun like having a race where someone like rushes home and is completely stressed and hasn't had time to just calm down before it. It's like it should be straight, even, fair fight.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate that because by the time I was able to get to the stick, I did calm down. So that was greatly appreciated.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, it certainly looked like you were just playing, like you had already just been playing pretty normal, right? You couldn't definitely tell that you were nervous or frazzled or anything like that.
Oh, I appreciate that because I was definitely nervous at like 3 parts.
Admittedly, like the opening key rat in Escape. I mean, like your opening route was actually really, really amazing, right? Because you started Link's house, found the glove, right? Went and then sank. You had the back. You got 3 bombs to the back of Escape. I mean, and then you found a sword back there. Like it was just like everything was just like on fire. And then I think things slowed down a little bit once you couldn't find the key rat. But then after that everything looked good.
Key rat. I think my percent rate on losing that key rat is actually in the single digits. And I was like, of course, it's against Eri, and it's gonna come up now. So I was pretty much like laughing, but I was like, oh, just leave and come back later.
You did the right thing to go back and kill him, though, to show him who's boss.
Don't listen to Ag. Right? It was just 3 bombs back there anyway. Like, or I don't know, 20 movies. I don't remember what it was back there. It's not worth.
Yeah, it was just 3 bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, not worth your time. Don't.
But if you let them live, they're gonna think they can walk all over you. You gotta put those silly rodents in their place. So you did the right thing.
Thank you, Ag. I appreciate that. Sorry, I had to kill, your friends, Miss Mouse, but they gotta go sometimes, They
gotta go.
You did go into Eastern Palace today, which I am very proud of you for doing so.
That means a lot. I mean, you get a bowl, you gotta go,
If only there was mice to kill in that dungeon, it would be like the perfect dungeon, but next time, next randomizer update, we'll see what we can do.
Just play more Randomizer.
What a nice segue. Speaking of Randomizer, we actually have, I think, an hour and a half, 90 minutes, Dante versus Structural Mike. I think also on CSR, if I'm not mistaken, but that is Randomizer. So we can actually see lots of key rats. Or rats, I guess. Anywhere, all across Hyrule.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a tight one. Dante, obviously, the swordless / Randomizer / wacky mode expert. But Structural Mike really loves his wacky modes. Yeah, it's really rough because Structural Mike is my teammate and also a good friend. But yeah, Dante is my old teammate from the Rando League.
Oh man.
And also an amazing friend. I'm gonna be just excited watching this, and yeah, whoever wins. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that whoever is left will just pick up the slack for the rest of the team that loses.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So really, certainly with this result, in terms of where the tournament stands right now, so your team is still fully intact, right? It's you, Humbug, Talithar, and Mike. Going forward, Magnit, unfortunately, so I mean, like, you are down 2 people out of the 4, is yourself and Zelda. However, though, the people that are still left are like extremely scary, and there's also no reason why they, I mean, you just gotta win some one-on-ones, right? You can certainly do a reverse sweep.
Just takes one person.
Exactly.
And Magnit gets to hang out with Zelda now in the pearly gates.
In Eastern Palace, you mean?
The Eastern Palace in the sky.
No. Look, after what I went through in my personal life, Eastern Palace can burn.
Well, how could you say such things?
It can go bye-bye. I'll burn it, but make sure you're not in there, okay?
Thanks.
Make sure we're good. I'll make sure you can stay with us,
Okay.
The metaphor can still apply, depending on the angle you look at it, but. But GG's, this was amazing.
Yeah, GG's, this was great. Thank you so. Yeah,
those are always awesome to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you so much for racing, Magnit. Even if it was the most boring mode out of the package, I'm glad I got to race you.
Likewise, man, because honestly, I want to say this. Thank you, everybody who's commentated. Thank you, Eri, for racing me as well. Because I don't think I've ever raced you in like a big game scenario. So this was actually very, very good for me. And I'm glad that I was able to be okay with my decisions and, the race against you. So that's good experience for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you guys like giving us your time, and letting us restream you. As Zach said, this was like an awesome race to watch. Lots and lots of fun, and certainly best of luck. At least potentially Eri, because you are still not limited yet, but definitely Magnit. Go on and cheer there on your rest of your teammates.
Will do.
I'm 0-3 in this tournament. I've been getting carried this whole tournament, yo. So shout out to Zelda, Nancy, and my man Wally. So I got good experience. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Your team is.
You guys are gonna win the whole thing, and you just say you put the team on your back, man, and never look back.
You
That's all I
are
have to say.
the team captain, and the team is that everyone is part of the same team, right? You win as a team, you lose as a team.
Yeah. Now them guys, man, they've been helping me mentally, so I appreciate everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah, just one last thing. There's something absolutely not the least, because she's probably like our MVP of the entire Restream team, is Sammy. Been tracking everything for us. She's like marked everything, all of the prizes, all of the everything, telling us all of the accurate information. Thank you so much, Sammy. Had a blast. That's it for us. Ak, thank you so much for commentating. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, GG's. Good luck. Area, I guess, in the next matches you play, if you have to play, and then Magnit, good luck to your teammates.
Thank you, and good luck, Eri.
Yo, thank you. Good luck to the rest of your team.
Thank you.
And before we wrap this up tonight, in non-ALttPR stuff, we've got Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 action, if anyone's up for that. And then tomorrow we've got an ALttPR Challenge Cup match at 4:10 Eastern. And that's it for tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you soon.